मैं तो दिल्ली में रहता हूँ और रेडियो फीजी बहुत रेडियो फीजी रोज सुनता हूँ.
रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन.
In the news tonight, Fiji toughens border entry amidst coronavirus concerns. 16 new cancer cases recorded in January. And Kamba villagers to benefit from new road.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Teva Lindua.
The Fijian borders will be closed to all foreign nationals who have been in mainland China within 14 days of their intended travel to Fiji. This is part of the government's ongoing work to contain the global spread of the coronavirus. No passenger arrivals or transits will be permitted for those falling under these controls, effective immediately and until further notice. Given the global spread of the virus, the government has decided on this measure of extreme precaution in the interest of mitigating the risk of an outbreak of the coronavirus in Fiji. The government is working closely with all international carriers to ensure that any travelers who fall under these restrictions are not permitted to board flights to Fiji at their international departure location. Pardon me. As earlier announced, precautionary measures to maintain a hygienic environment and screen ill passengers will continue to be taken in flight to further minimize any risk. Meanwhile, the Health Ministry has confirmed that as of today, there are no confirmed cases of the coronavirus in Fiji. All travelers who have been in mainland China will be banned from entering New Zealand unless they're Kiwis. This after the latest announcement as New Zealand grapples with how to deal with the coronavirus, which has now killed more than 300 people. And for the first time, a victim outside China has died. This report from TVNZ.
It's a picturesque seaside community north of our biggest city, and soon where dozens of Kiwis will be quarantined in a military training camp after their desperate dash from Wuhan.
The camp is an appropriate size for the task, has its own medical facilities, and it is secure.
India, Bangladesh, Turkey and Germany. They're the latest countries that have managed to get their people home, but still not New Zealand.
But with meticulous planning and a precautionary approach, we are now ready to bring New Zealand citizens home.
The latest information I have, somewhere between 60 and 70 New Zealanders had indicated they wanted to be on the flight.
The death toll in China keeps rising. Now more than 300, with infections surging past 14,000. The first death has now been reported outside China in the Philippines. And as the virus spreads,
Cabinet, on the advice of officials, health officials, are placing in place restrictions at New Zealand's border.
So, for any non-New Zealanders who have recently been in mainland China, enormous changes.
They will not be able to come in and remain within New Zealand's borders. Restrictions will be placed at the border.
It's a decision that'll be reviewed every 2 days and comes a day after Australia did the same thing.
This had to be a decision for New Zealand.
It does seem like when other countries are acting, we are late to the party.
New Zealanders who have come back in the country and have been in China will have to keep away from others for 2 weeks. The public concerns are clear, hand sanitizer flying off the shelves, people not wanting to take any chances with this killer virus.
Just 4 weeks into the new year, the Fiji Cancer Society has already registered 16 new cases of cancer, with the youngest being a 24-year-old. Chief Executive Belinda Chan says the latest victim was a man who died from thyroid cancer earlier last month. Kelly Wadala reports.
Breast cancer continues to be the leading cancer causing deaths in the country.
Breast cancer is still alarming. The rates are still going up. Again, there's still a challenge of late presentation, which will always be. I think it's ingrained into our culture that people turn up late because one, they've already explored and exhausted the alternatives, and they're unable to manage the pain.
The Cancer Society has recorded 9 new breast cancer cases, 2 prostate and 4 other related cases.
The other one is the stigma that's associated with not only breast cancer but cancer as a whole. That's why we encourage people to start talking,
Patient support Asinathan Driso, who is also a cervical cancer survivor, says many are still presenting themselves late to hospitals.
I don't know how many of them that actually being diagnosed at the CWM and they just disappear. They just vanish into thin air. I mean, it's cancer, because in my experience, as soon as I heard the word cancer, push, that was it for me.
Last year, the Fiji Cancer Society recorded 250 cases. 88 were breast cancer, 23 cervical, 7 ovarian and 4 prostate cancer. 29 lost their battle of the deadly disease. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
The Cuba-Kamba Peninsula was opened yesterday by the Prime Minister Voreng Bainimarama. Bainimarama says the opening of the $6.2 million road is a special victory for the Kamba villagers, who are now connected to the rest of the nation like never before. Saniani Mboela reports.
Travelling will now be more efficient for the villagers of Ndromona, Watani and Kalili following the opening of the new Kamba Road.
The farmers will now be able to get their produce to the Nosori market much faster, leaving more precious time for them to spend with their families.
Voreng Bainimarama says the new road will also benefit the tourism industry.
The resort at Tomberua can now receive their guests and supplies more efficiently, making this a more attractive tourism destination in a way that is sure to benefit the community.
Turani Kor of Ndromona Tomasi Tokalawere says using over $60 for a one-way trip to the mainland will now be no more.
Some take a walk. Before you can walk from here to the main road, which is the Cuba-Kamba, the main road 1, linking you from Cuba to Nosori. You can just take a walk, but now we normally hire taxis, which is $25 to $30 a trip, which is so grateful about it. It's really easy for us.
The new road is also relief for students from the 3 villages who go to school along the existing road to Cuba, Mburetu and Nakelo. Sainiani Mboela, FBC News.
Up ahead, more than 1,000 drug cases recorded last year. And in Successful Fijian, we take a look at a group inspired by music. Details after the break.
Pula nadang go aproslan garse, go erkraki. Do televizyon na barong na Radio Fiji 1 nandomo ibiti.
Radio Fiji 1 nandomo ibiti.
A total of 1,223 drug cases were recorded in the country last year. The Fiji Police Force says this is an increase of 16% compared to 2018. Lena Rees reports that the increase in drug case is a result of more people coming forward to report the matter and assisting police to crack down on drug trade deals.
Police charged 1,179 people last year for being in possession of illicit drugs, but the issue continues to be a challenge.
And as I speak, the number has increased. Okay, we have increased in the number of drug cases. It doesn't mean that there's a lot of users, but it's just that our concerted effort with the community, we have come thus far.
Maritino Giolevu says they continue to receive information which has led to many drug arrests.
And of course, there are other issues in terms of information that do come in. Okay, the challenge is the verification of these informations. And some of this information that we need to verify well so that our raids are successful.
The force adds that officers involved in drug cases will also face the full brunt of the law.
For officers that we're still suspecting that they are doing it, okay, we are very soon perhaps we'll be doing our drug test. Okay. Officers we will carry out drug tests on them, those that we have suspected involved in drugs, and we have found positive. Okay, they are also going to face the full brunt of the law.
ACP Ngiolevu says it's encouraging to see that they continue to get tip-offs from the public regarding possible drug cases, which help in curbing the issue of drugs in Fiji. Lena Rees, FBC News.
Discipline is an asset that will ensure Fiji continues to produce quality workers in Australia and New Zealand under the Pacific Labour Scheme and Seasonal Workers Program. This was stressed by Employment Ministry Permanent Secretary Osea Dawaru while closing the pre-deployment training for the first 19 selected aged care workers who will leave for Australia on the 13th of this month. Josai Nanunga reports.
PS Dawaru highlighted the importance of selecting right Fijian workers who will never tarnish our reputation and thus ensure the demand for Fijian health continues to increase from various employers in Australia and New Zealand.
Challenging the team for us to review our systems and processes on how we select candidates. Only then the current demand will increase.
One of those about to depart for Australia is former civil servant Saini Merendekui. She says serving the aged and needy people in the community is something that she's passionate about.
I was so emotional even today when they first called stating the good news, as I've been selected as one of the aged care worker under the PLS. I want to thank the Lord for his provision, and I know my experience from serving the needy people in communities will be put to good use in this field of work, and this will assist in the education of my 5 children.
This 39-year-old born native has a charismatic personality and some background in caring for the elderly. He was handpicked from his village.
I was so excited. I resigned from work last 2 years, and I decided to go back to the village and look after my mom and run around for errands regarding my families.
For the first time under the Pacific Labour Scheme, these are the 19 successful Fijians who are set to leave our shore next month to fulfill aged care work in Australia. Josai Nanunga, FBC News.
The Suva City Council spends $2.28 million on solid waste management. However, the levy paid by ratepayers in Suva accounts to $328,000. This was highlighted by the Minister for Local Government, Pramila Kumar, while speaking at a cleanup campaign at the Suva foreshore this weekend. Kumar says the amount paid by ratepayers for waste management is not enough for the gate fee that the council pays at the Namboro landfill. The minister says because waste management is so underpriced, people continue to throw rubbish carelessly because it does not affect their pockets.
Now, we always say that, electricity, water, internet is an essential service. Unfortunately, we don't treat waste management as an essential service, although it is an essential service. We treat waste as a waste. It's not mine, it's someone else's, take it away from me. Now that attitude needs to be changed. And the only way we can change this attitude is by putting a price, a cost on the waste collection.
A true beauty of music is that it connects people and carries a message. In Successful Fijian tonight, we'll look at the musical journey of Rade Rade Boys, which not only motivates young ones to be part of music, but also inspires them. Kritika Kumar with the melodic story.
Successful Fijians is brought to you by the Fiji Development Bank, your partner in progress.
Ritesh Kapoor, member of the group, says they are like a family, and with their bond, they have overcome many obstacles during their tuneful journey.
Looking at the challenges, like at the beginning, when we started, the group started, musical instruments, looking for the right people for the the music and playing the music. You have to have the talent people to play the music too. Like it's not only like we come and sing and that's all. Maybe the singer is okay, but music is another part of it. So playing the music, it's also important, and the chorus team, it's also very important.
The group was established in 2005, and since then they have done around 300 stage shows and have composed more than 1,000 songs. Amidst their success, they believe if everyone is moving forward together, then success takes care of itself.
From 2005, and doing stage shows and all those, and recently, the group thought that okay, we are doing so much, and now why not we do some charity work? And we're proud to say that we have done some charity works too, and we have few families around. Now we are trying very hard and working hard to do some charity work. People around, we try to help them, close bys or people, some victims from disasters and all that. We try to do that in future.
Kapoor says for musicians and artists, it's important that they have an environment and such an industry that really nurtures the gift.
Who knows, like looking at sports, if you look at sports, for example, like in schools we say PMEC, eh? So looking at sports, people have made their names in sports. But if the right platform is given to the young ones, they would definitely pursue their career in music too. For Fiji, I think we have to do something.
Avinesh Kapoor, a teacher by profession, has revealed that it only takes a few minutes for their lead vocalist to compose a song.
Okay, to compose a song, our lead artist takes about 10 minutes to compose a song, but the actual part is training and releasing an album. We need to get the team boys organized. We do a training for a day and then we go for recording or even for stage shows. Most of the members are day workers, and we normally sit down in the afternoon to practice and compose the song together with the group leader.
The group has motivated youth to release the album and enter the musical industry.
So far, Radhe Boys has about 5 or 6 artists who are even younger than what we are doing at the moment, and they have also come forward to join Radhe Boys, and they have released their albums with our group, and we are encouraging the other artists, if they want to join Radhe group, we are willing to help them in any course of action.
The group believes one should be their own artist and should always be confident in what they are doing. Kritika Kumar, FBC News.
Successful Fijians is brought to you by the Fiji Development Bank, your partner in progress.
Coming up in sports, Fiji holds off England in semi-final. And Fijiana finishes 5th. This and more coming up.
My name is Neha and I'm from Karavi, and Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Fiji Sevens team held on in a nail-biting semi-final to defeat England 17-14. Napoleoni Bolivar and Waisea Nadhungu and Jerry Tawai scored the tries for Fiji. Fiji copped 2 yellow cards in the dying stages of the second half. The cards went to Asieli Tuivuaka for a deliberate knock-on to Alosia Nanduva for obstructing a try. Fiji today entered the semi-finals undefeated. This as they thrashed Wales 55-0. Check out the amazing Fijians when they outclassed the Welshmen.
Involvement yesterday, kicks clear of the cover defence, and just like that, Fiji are on the board. Outside, Tuimamba, see you later. No look back to Jerry. Oh, they are humming. Fiji and Tua Ruvoka races away, and it's 43. Oh, I think he's there. Yeah, thumbs up, he says. And that was him in second gear. He gives it away for the man on the outside, Akanakonda. Will now stroll it in. We've got ourselves a new tournament favourite in Sydney.
The Fiji Airways men's national sevens team made every Fijian hold their head up high last night when they hammered defending Sydney Sevens champions New Zealand 26-5 in their second pool match. Fiji held a star-studded All Blacks 21-0 at half-time mark. Faria Begum reports.
Fiji's win against New Zealand gave Fijians all over the world hope that there's still fuel left in the tank to secure a title.
It's been hard, dealing with some of the performances we've had, but in fairness to all the boys, the credit goes to them in what they've done and where they've got to.
Gareth Baber has also sent out a special message to all the fans who have turned up in numbers to support the boys in the Sydney Heat.
I'm sure it's around all the time, but yeah, it's very noisy and it's superb to have that behind us, and that was for everybody back home.
Fiji has not won any tournament in the 2019-2020 HSBC World Rugby 7 Series so far. Faria Begum, FBC Sports.
The Fijiana had ended the 2020 HSBC Sydney Sevens tournament on a high as they beat England 17-5 to finish at 5th place. Fiji fielded a much improved side this time around with tighter defence and a much better attacking style. Lavinia Tinai, Luisa Tisolo and captain Tokasa Seniasi crossed the try line for Fiji against England. The Fijiana put up a show today as they thrashed Brazil 31-0. Luisa Tisolo, captain Tokasa Seniasi, Ana Maria Naimasi and Alowevi Kodi scored the amazing tries for Fiji. Check them out.
Oh, and straight away just bursting through the gap. There's nobody in the backfield for Brazil, and from the kickoff, watch the clock, Luisa Tisolo, 15 seconds she's in. Fiji barrel forward and the offload there. Siniasi receives the return ball from Naimasi. Hitting the line and then stepping and weaving through is Tinai again, rather Riwai. And the offload is there for Naimasi, gets the ball to ground in the corner. And now space. Trying to get around the outside, Nakothi. She scored a winner yesterday. And she gets one here to extend Fiji's lead. Well, it sits up for Naimasi. There's no one in front of her. And a final flourish for a fabulous Fijian performance.
Magnificent. They didn't give up.
Lotoka sent a stern warning to all districts that they're serious about winning the Vodafone Premier League this season after thumping Nasinu 6-0 at Churchill Park. Vanuatu import Alex Sanil, Samuel Langabo and Shazil Ali scored for the Sugar City side. In another match today, Ba beat Rewa 1-0 with Malakai Tiwa goal. With a Malakai Tiwa goal, while in a third match, Nandi defeated newcomers Navua 2-1. Rusiate Matarirenga scored the 2 goals for Nandi, while Daniela Rakariba scored the lone goal for Navua. The Suva football side has shown the friendly North their capabilities when it comes to soccer as they defeated the CVC champions Lambasa 2-1 at their home soil in their first Vodafone Premier League match. Christopher Wasasala scored both goals for the capital city side. Coach Babs Khan says coming into the game yesterday with a lot of young players and ending up winning the match is a big achievement.
Playing Lambasa in Lambasa Super Park is a hard call. The players, they stepped up, and I said the self-belief is the main thing in this game.
The second half double to exciting debutant Mark Nawangani Tawase briefly gave the Tars hope, reducing the margin to 6 points before the Crusaders hit back with 3 more tries to seal the match. The defending Super Rugby champs beat the Tars 43-25. The Hurricanes made a disappointing start in Super Rugby this season as they were outclassed by a strong Stormer side laced with World Cup winning players. The Canes had no response to 27 points scored by the Stormers and ended the match 27-0. Liverpool opened up the biggest lead by any team at the end of the day in English top flight history with an emphatic 4-0 victory over Southampton. They now stand 22 points clear from defending champions Manchester City. Showers were experienced over most parts of the country today. Looking at the west, wet weather prevailed in most places with a mix of humid conditions in Nandi, Lotoka and Ba. Eastwards from Pacific Harbour to Suva, it was the same. Rain continued throughout the day. And up north, there was a bit of sunshine in Lambasa earlier today. Elsewhere, light showers. Expect cold nights. At sea, easterly winds 10 to 15 knots, moderate seas. For the tides, high tide is at 9:50 p.m. with low tide at 4:30 tomorrow morning. Sunrise will be at 5:54. Looking further ahead, expect more rain and wet weather to continue throughout the new week. Further outlook, some showers and isolated thunderstorms over the eastern parts and the interior of the larger islands. Elsewhere, afternoon or evening showers and isolated thunderstorms. Recapping the main stories, Fiji toughens border entry amidst coronavirus concerns, 16 new cancer cases recorded in January, and Kamba villagers to benefit from new road. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station, Gold FM. To our poll question segment, this week we're asking, should Fiji start looking at overseas players for the World 7 Series? Visit our FBC website to answer. You can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on our email, fbcnews@fbc.com.fj, or share it with us via our Facebook page, FBC News. You can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. And that was your FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, stay safe. Good night.
Bula FM number 2 NSR.
Bula FM number 2 NSR.